But now, for the moment, to our special focus this evening, to the Sabarimala gold theft case. The big question this evening, have investigators lost the plot? If not, why has a charge sheet not been filed? The release of prime accused in the case, Unnikrishnan Pothi, on Saturday has raised serious questions. Despite a High Court monitored probe, the SIT failed to file a charge sheet within the mandatory 90-day period, allowing the accused to walk free on procedural grounds. Adding to these unease is the discreet questioning of former Devaswam Minister Kadakampalli Surendran and current Devaswam Board President P.S. Prashant, carried out without media knowledge. This has prompted speculation on whether the SIT is prepared to pursue accountability across the political spectrum in a case that's emotive. As delays mount and crucial answers remain elusive, the larger question confronting the special investigating team is, has the investigation lost momentum? Joining us this evening is my colleague Ashwin Nandakumar, who has been following this very closely. We'll also have a special face-off in just a bit. But Ashwin Nandakumar, give us a sense of what authorities are telling you at this stage. Why has there been a delay in the filing of the charge sheet? And are there many political contents that's there which could potentially have overtones as far as this case is concerned? All right, we seem to have lost the line with Ashwin Nandakumar, but we also have with us this evening Vinita Hariharan and also Nikhil Jain. Vinita Hariharan, I'll go back to Ashwin in just a bit. What's the sense? Why is there been a delay as far as filing of a charge sheet is concerned? And what's the accusation you believe makes this charge sheet delay an important question to be raised as far as this case is concerned? Vinita, you need to unmute yourself.
Right. So absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show. So this particular case has, immense implications for devotees across Kerala and across India and the world as well. So it is a sacrosanct space, and any kind of irregularities of the extent and gravitas that was unearthed a couple of months back, I think it needs immediate action and immediate investigation. And of course, rightly so, the evidence has come out against Mr. Pothi, but still the kind of the promptness and readiness that we expect from the government against such crimes, and it's not at all a petty crime. It is a crime that has a great significance, because it is in a very, very holy site which is Sabarimala, and a very a pilgrim site which attracts pilgrims across India and the world. And so I think this needs absolute promptness from the government side, which we did not see happening. So that is the reason why this investigation needs to be expedited, and so much so
the need for the investigation to be expedited and the charge sheet filed within time is beyond doubt important. But Nikhil Jain, why do you think it's not happened? Is it because there is a lack of focus? Is it because we're heading into election season, so they'd like a delay in the matter? What is the political ramification of this, and what is the ramification for the case itself?
See, the Sabarimala temple is of great importance to Hindus across the country, and especially people in the state of Kerala, which is going to polls right now. My question remains that when these irregularities were discovered in 2019, and today we are in 2026, 7 years after, how has no proper investigation taken place? So far as I'm reading from the matter, it is the Enforcement Directorate that is questioning a bunch of people. Yet they've not been able to file a charge sheet, but that basically reflects a pattern of the Enforcement Directorate and other central agencies, that you do make allegations, then the BJP jumps on the bandwagon and says that the Congress is corrupt, the left is corrupt, TMC is corrupt, AAP is corrupt. But when it comes to actually filing the relevant documents and evidence before a court, these investigative agencies fall short. Now, either it is a case of wrong people being framed, or it is a case of absolute incompetence. And either of it is not good for the country. Like, if somebody is stealing gold from the Sabarimala temple, they need to be booked. It should be a priority, especially for a government like this. Yet we don't really see anything concrete happening on the case. It's
Let me
just
get
delays and delays.
let me get Ashwin Nandakumar to put the facts in perspective here. Whose responsibility is it, Ashwin Nandakumar? What are authorities telling you as far as the delay in filing of charge sheet is concerned?
The impact Sabarimala in the last elections. And then Spook's song was one of the instances I put to the left, which led to dismaying performance. In fact, that was the status.
We seem to be having a problem with Ashwin's audio there. We'll get back to Ashwin. We'll get him patched through. But Nikhil, the question is, whose responsibility is it? It's an SIT that's investigating the case that should have been filing the charge sheet.
Certainly, the SIT is investigating the case as well, but it's not just the SIT. Just today's report points out that the Enforcement Directorate is summoning one of the key accused, Mr. Poti. So, if the Enforcement Directorate is also involved now, I'm not entirely clear on whether it is the investigation is a joint investigation between the ED and the SIT, or the ED is running a separate case and the SIT is running a separate case. In either case, when the ED is involved, why has a charge sheet not been filed? That remains the key question.
No, but the fact is that Unikrishnan Poti has been arrested by the SIT as far as this case is concerned. Vinita, did you all jump the gun as far as these allegations are concerned? What's your what do you see? Does this mean that the case is going to lose momentum and focus? Or is there a political connotation that we are missing as far as the non-filing of charge sheet and the bail is concerned?
No, absolutely. This is repression of facts, and this is, not bringing out the investigation to the public limelight. And this, as the ED, there is always this very favorite, the punch bag that they have that is against the Enforcement Directorate. Anything and everything does not end with the Enforcement Directorate. And this particular case was, it lies in the ball. The ball is now in the government's court, which is the Kerala government. The Kerala government is undertaking this, the investigations, and they have to come out with the facts. And so I think, blaming ED for everything is not the right way to go. It's not the right narrative, because this has been going on for a very long time now, ever since the Enforcement Directorate has been active and agile in the country and bringing corruption stemming corruption at its roots. There have been, cases against, there have been these allegations against the Enforcement Directorate.
Nikhil Jain,
the punch bag always.
You're not looking at the fact that the SIT, which arrested Unikrishnan Poti, has not filed its charge sheet, because of which the prime accused in a case which is very emotive has got bail on procedural counts.
No.
Where does this leave the case?
I will place the blame on the SIT and the ED both. So what I'm able to gather is that the SIT is investigating into the criminal aspects of the case, while the ED has also joined the investigation to highlight and charge into the financial aspects of the case. And neither of the two bodies, investigative agencies, has filed a charge sheet before the court, and therefore both of them are lacking. So far as the SIT is concerned, the SIT
I think you're mixing it up, Nikhil. The fact is that if it's the SIT's primary responsibility to file the charge sheet, because they're the ones who arrested Unikrishnan Poti. So it's because they have not filed a charge sheet that he's got bail. That's the understanding that I have. Let's get Ashwin Nandakumar here as well. Ashwin Nandakumar, who is responsible for not filing of the charge sheet? What political, and this is a question I asked you earlier, I hope the gods will get your audio line through properly for us.
Yes.
Who's responsible for it? And what are authorities telling you as far as non-filing of the charge sheet is concerned? Is there a political overtone to this that we are missing?
There are three main points. One, the Sabarimala issue resulted in a bad performance for the left government. Sabarimala's spoof song was considered to be one of the most impactful campaign which the opposition did. After that, we have seen a lackluster performance from the SIT. That has been confirmed. Now, there were multiple questioning that is done, including the former Devasam Board minister. Media used to get information of everything that used to happen. But the questioning of the former Devasam minister, Kadagambali Surendran, was not led to the media. It was done discreetly. The questioning of P.S. Prashant, the current Devasam president, was done discreetly, and media came to know even 5 days later. So when you look into this aspect where there is all the political links temples are being questioned discreetly. And when Tantri, a person like a Tantri who does not hold any kind of administrative rights of the temple, he has been taken into custody. There is no information whatsoever from coming from SIT sources. What is his link with the entire probe? This certainly has put a question mark on the way, the direction this entire SIT probe is taking. And therefore, this has also resulted in the left taking its steps very closely. Though the left says that it is the High Court monitored probe, they have no say in it. Certainly, there are aspirations that has been cast because this entire speed at which the SIT was moving. In fact, every 2 weeks, the SIT was giving updates to the High Court. Everything has slowed down after the Tantri was taken into custody. And from then on, the entire narrative has been whether Sonia Gandhi is involved or whether the CPM people are involved. This is the narrative that has been battling rather than the crux of the issue, thereby resulting in a complete confusion in whether this SIT is actually probing this entire matter. And that is where the situation is lying right now.
Well, you put the whole thing in perspective. A very important point there, Ashwin. Thanks very much for finally being able to join us. I'll have to leave this conversation here, but Nikhil Jain, very, very briefly, you heard what Ashwin is saying. There are political overtones to it, and the primary responsibility is with the SIT. Let's not bring in extraneous factors. Is this delaying of a case or diluting of a case or not enough action on a case? Because if there is strong action on it, it could hit back further, it could play further into the hands of the BJP. So are there political considerations? Very brief answer to that.
No, I completely agree that the SIT does hold the primary responsibility because they're the ones who started the criminal investigation in the case. But I will not take away blame from the ED, which is why I believe that both these investigative agencies are to be put to the dogs. And so far as the SIT is concerned, that was constituted by the Kerala High Court. I'm not entirely sure how fair it is for us to blame the state government in a case like this when the SIT is investigating right now. Of course, questions remain to be seen on them that why did the state police not act in a promptly and a timely manner? But so far as the case stands today, it is the SIT and the ED that have to be held.
I would say the SIT primarily as far as the charge sheet's concerned, but there are multiple questions that need to be raised. We'll try and pose those questions to the political parties, both to the left and to the other authorities there in Kerala. But thanks very much to the two of you for joining us here this evening, also to Ashwin Nandakumar for speaking to us.